So sometimes in Minecraft, a big patch of blank grass like this is a bit intimidating. You want to start a big house or even a mansion with landscaping and good windows and good roofs and details, but where do you start? Well, what you need is a top 5 video on how to start, plan and build a great looking giant house or mansion. What do you think of that, little man? Yoda's happy, let's do this. So, house plans. I recommend studying house plans. Even if you're not going to use them, I recommend you study. And I tell you what, you can pick up a lot of good tips. The links for these house plans and the house plan sites are in the description. Have a look at this house for a start. It is really, really fancy. It's an amazing front entrance right here. Really wide actually at the front. And it's got some good views as well. I mean, people coming from this kind of direction will be able to have a look and see the dining room. That's going to be really, really fancy to spot. And then anyone coming out the garage here as well is going to be having a look at the veranda as well. It's going to be really good. Now, this is where you want people to come, right in here, into the house. And I tell you what, it's going to look fantastic. You've got the staircase, fancy dining room, and then a really formal living room here. Very organized, very beautiful. It's got a big fireplace. This is exactly the kind of impact you want. This is going to make a big splash right in people's face. Yeah. Garage guys, you need a good garage. This is where you put your car. You might unpack it, bring some things in here. You want a utility room often next to your garage, or even a little toilet as well. This is where you can deal with anything heavy, wet, muddy in your utility room, maybe like a dead body or some have a kitchen and like a family room. This is really good. Modern open plan living room. You could be in the family room. You could be talking to the person who's in the kitchen, and just have some good dialogue going, good banter. You'd be like, hey, turn that music down. I'm trying to cook in here. And you'd be like, hey, you're what are you anyway? Like a chick with a. Okay, yeah, moving on to another plan, you can see some other really cool features. Once again, there's a really nice main entrance here, and people might be focusing kind of on this dining room here. You can put your fancy china, your best table down as well. And again, people might be seeing some books in the study as well, so they could be coming in here and having a look at that. So this is a really, really nice house plan, and of course you can see the stairs here. This is going to give you access to absolutely everywhere in the house. It's brilliant. Again, family room connected to the kitchen here. Again, that's a really excellent place to have it, and very, very fancy would be the morning room or breakfast room off the veranda. The grand room, again, this is something you can see, you know, right down the middle of the house here, and it's a really nice room, but you've got like a less formal family room as well. It's really, really cool features in this house. An office and a really fancy master suite as well. So I think that's a bit better. Have I drawn it again? Okay, these plans have got some really nice features which you might want to incorporate into your houses. Look at these bedrooms. They have their own bathrooms. Each one has got their own bathroom. This person can come in here, and this person's got this little bathroom in there. Isn't that fantastic to have such luxury? This is something else you might want to consider in your house. It's like a granny flat. It's what you call a granny fat in the UK. Not a granny fat. You could have a fat granny. Maybe if you had a big fat granny, you might want to make the door a bit bigger. But anyway, this is a separate little area for staff or for an older person coming to live with you, be they fat or thin. This is something as well which, if I go back to the last plans, which you can see here, this was open to above. Let me go back to there. So what you can see down here, if I get rid of that one, you can see if you're on the stairs, you can actually see right into this area here, no problem. And you could be looking in any of these directions. So just before moving on from this particular house plan, you can see right here we've got some very clever little indents into the building at the side. And that is actually very, very clever indeed. If I bring in this picture here, these little indents are actually here and here on this picture. This is the basement. Now, if you're doing a basement, what sort of things do you want in the basement? Well, you want light for a start. So these little clever indents have let light into this area here. And I think there might be some windows down here as well. But these are the areas under the garage, and they're going to get no light. That's just going to be storage. Golf cart storage doesn't need any light. Things like wine rooms and exercise rooms, again, they don't need windows. But guest rooms and billiard rooms, they could do probably with some windows. So you can see that this is the house, this is the back of the house. And if I just take off that just now, I'll maybe put it back, and if I can show you this level here, that is the level for the front of the house. So this is the area underneath, and these 3 rooms are the media room. It's like a little detective story, that's what I like about it there. So there's the media room here, and this is the back of the house here. And it's a really clever design to let light in to your basements. I see some people design houses in Minecraft, and some of these rooms in here are just too dark, but it's really cool features in this house plan. I'd like to build this actually. You've got some really cool views from this little veranda. Oh god. Next tip is to raise your builds off the ground, especially if you're building on a flat land. You can see this particular house has been raised up 2 blocks off the ground, and it allows for some amazing landscaping, changes in elevation. It makes your builds look so much better, more anchored into the ground, and just having that extra 2 blocks and just being able to landscape at different heights makes builds look so much better. So you can see little Yoda fleeing around here, putting in some logs, pressure plates, and some path blocks I experimented with, and then I went with some stone and andesite and some buttons just to make a good looking shape. And it turns out, oh god. Okay, next tip is to think about the thickness of your walls. If you have walls made of something which is quite a nice material on the inside and outside, then single thickness walls are fine, and they look good inside and outside of your house. But if you use something else a bit more like, well, brick for example, then on the inside it doesn't look that good. So what I've done is actually put on an extra... Who's put these banners? Ugh, they've been trolled. I've put... I'm losing the plot here. I've put a second layer of wall. It does make the walls quite thick, but it actually looks quite good in Minecraft as well. And then you could put some curtains up there, unless they were the ones that you just saw. But yeah, anyway, double thickness walls look pretty cool. They're quite popular these days. Single thickness if you've chosen your brick wisely. Okay, this next tip is a really sneaky one. If you're building in a city and they're offering you plots, try and snap up all the south facing plots. This house is facing east and the sun isn't on it. It's a basic tip, but it makes your builds look so much better. This one here is facing south, and it looks 10 times better. If you're doing a one-off build like the Necromancer did right here, then you may as well face it south. It looks a lot better with the sun shining on it. See, we're facing north, and look, oh god. Okay, the next tip does involve more planning right at the start of the build. Your roof peaks, if you want them to peak like this and match up like that, then you need to make sure they are an even number from the bottom. So have a look at these walls here that are sticking out. We can count the blocks: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This peak will be on an even number as well, and so will this one, just to prove it will come out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's an 18 long wall. Results in a roof peak like that. Now my suggestion, my tip is to make sure all your roof peaks are the same on your build. Don't mix and match. If you do what I've done over here, I've put an odd number. You get this shape here, which is fine. It's a fine looking roof. You need to put on some half slabs on top. I think that looks good as well, but you don't want to have a mixture of them on your build. I think it's all better if they're all the same. Well, I actually think we got away with that. There's nothing creepy. Oh god. Okay, and the last tip would be, don't be afraid to place trees really close to your building. You might think this is a little crazy, and this one's actually just touching the build, but it just looks so much better. It's what would happen to an established build, one that's been here for a long time. Look at this. These trees are really close to the build, and it just adds a lot of impact. It looks so much better. It creates a bit of history and drama in the house. So we're going to place one more tree, probably nice and close. Let me see, where could it go? Maybe right here would be good. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. What the? Hey, I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a good thumbs up, and I tell you what, if you could share this video on your favourite social network, I would be eternally grateful. Hey, thanks for watching. Ciao ciao, may the blocks be with you.